Hello and welcome to 5 at 5. Gargi, Devashish and Bharat joins me. I think some others will also join very soon. And the question we are asking, if any of you have watched India's game yesterday and thereafter followed social media, you will see this. In fact, why only yesterday? If you see this as a regular pattern, the moment Sanju Samson fails, you will see Rishabh Pant fans posting videos of Sanju Samson getting out to the short ball and then posting a video of Rishabh Pant playing that ramp shot for six to Jofra Archer and saying, "Oh, look at this, Sanju Samson is a waste. Rishabh Pant is so good." And you will see it the other way around also. You will see Sanju Samson fans posting that and saying, "Arey, what is wrong with Rishabh Pant? He's not good enough. Sanju has an average of 55. Rishabh Pant has an average of 25." Virat Kohli fans want Rohit Sharma to fail in the Ranji Trophy. Rohit Sharma fans want Virat Kohli to fail tomorrow. This toxic fandom has become completely mad. And that's what I want to kind of tackle. Bharat is laughing, but this is serious stuff. All you need to do is open social media and you will see all of these people, the Viratians, Rohitians, Sanju, whatever Ryans, I don't know, Rishabh Pant has some cult or not, KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer, each has their little domain and their little enclave. Devashish Sen, I'll start with you. This toxic fandom has become a real problem with Indian cricket. Both are Indian cricketers, both playing for the national team. It will seem to you that Rishabh Pant not scoring is so much more important to the Samson fans than India winning. Devashish Sen?
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse with the passage of time. With each and every day, because of the social media, it will only get worse. And it is not not what we have liked, but unfortunately, it will go on because, as you rightly pointed out, that yesterday Sanju Samson, after the kind of dismissal, Rishabh Pant's fans going after him. And Buriada, it will go on. Means you can't help it. You can't help it. And it is not limited to cricket. It is not limited to Indian cricketers. Being in Calcutta, you know what is it like being an East Bengal or a Mohun Bagan fan. They are every day going after and they are using slang, abusive languages, trolling every day, each and every day. And this is going on, and we are used to it now. So we have to get along with this. You can't help it because you can't stop one fan or particularly one fan because the other one will jump over. So if you get me behind the Virat Kohli, then Rohit Sharma fans will go after you on social media. So this can't be stopped, and it's only going to get worse.
Gargi, where do you stand on this? There's one aberration here. I've written about it today for my column for tomorrow. The one aberration is Jasprit Bumrah. I see there are no haters. The one person who everyone likes in Indian cricket and hardly any haters, at this point at least, is Jasprit Bumrah. Everybody else has haters. Bumrah, universally liked. Where do you stand on this, Gargi?
I mean, when we look at all this trolling and this and that, what I end up thinking about is what other teams or other fandoms must be thinking about the Indian cricket setup or the Indian cricket fans, because you don't need anyone else from the outside coming and pulling these players down, because the fans will do it themselves. And ultimately, it shouldn't be about one player versus the other player. It should be one team versus the other team, which is unfortunately not the case. Idealism and this blind worshipping is so prevalent in India that these fans want one player to not do well so that the other can do well, something like that, whatever is going on. But yes, Devashish.
No. You just finish. I'll have something to say on this.
Yes. Priyanshu is saying this is the IPL effect. I think it has a little bit. I don't know, but anyway, whatever is going on, it's not right. Maybe IPL does play a part in that, because you sort of put your loyalties to a franchise or a certain figure. But whatever is happening, it's not right. You have to support the team, not the individuals. That's the thing.
Bharat, someone's asking, okay, is this a topic? Why not Australia versus Sri Lanka? Look, social media today is becoming so important that Donald Trump election was impacted by social media. You think this is trivial? The impact of social media, look at the way Elon Musk has done what he has done for Donald Trump, and look at the kind of impact. Look at how the Prime Minister of India uses social media. Look at how the Prime Minister of the United States uses social media, and you will understand how significant it is. So, what are you saying? This is trivial? I wish it was. I wish it was. I mean, if it was trivial, people are making millions out of social media. Look at valuations. Look at the amount of money that a Virat Kohli takes for an Instagram post, or a Cristiano Ronaldo, or a Leo Messi. What are we talking about? Trivial and flippant, my friend, sports fan. I mean, this is an extremely serious topic. This toxicity is problematic in Indian cricket, and we are trying to address a much more serious topic than Steve Smith scoring his 35th hundred. Bharat Ramraj, where do you stand on this?
Yeah, I'll start with an example. Couple of months ago, Ravi Ashwin, just after he retired, he made a YouTube video, and he said in that, I believe Rishabh Pant is one of the best techniques, especially against spin. And if you show me 10 clips of Rishabh Pant getting out while trying to defend, then I will not make another YouTube video or something on the slides. And then there was one Shreyas Iyer fan who went back to 2018, when Rishabh Pant had just made his test debut, collected some 5, 6, 10 videos from that time and put it together, and it became a huge thing. So that is when Ashwin also opened up in his next video and talked about the fan war. That tells something about how toxic the fan war can be. Even Shreyas Iyer has his fans, so everyone has his fans. And it is similar with someone like Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma. And I respectfully disagree with sir when it comes to Bumrah. Especially one particular fandom will put up things like Bumrah doesn't do well in knockouts, though he has performed so well in Barbados. So it's like for every player there is hate from the other fan club that there's been happening for very long. And I guess you can't do much about it because that is how it is, especially with IPL also, as someone noted, coming into play. It has just taken it to another level because Chennai one ex-franchises fans will support Ruturaj Gaikwad, and another franchises fans will support Y player Shubman Gill. So that's now the next battle. The next big battle is between Shubman Gill fans and Ruturaj Gaikwad fans. So yeah, I guess it's something that is not going to end. And I just smiled because I remembered my frictions with a couple of these fandoms. So nothing else.
Yeah, you are I mean, I've seen some of your fights as well. I mean, by the way, your point on Bumrah is taken. I mean, at least let's put it this way, that the number of hitters are far limited that compared to Rohit or Virat, or for that matter Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant, because these are I mean, I was reading and they are showing these videos and putting these videos and trying to sort of disrespect, abuse, troll. And I don't know, Devashish made this point about it will grow in future or keep going up and up and up. Devashish, can you elaborate, and how depressing is this? Because ultimately an Indian cricket, if you think India, it's getting lost somewhere. It's Rohitians versus Viratians, it's Samson versus Pant. There is always that undercurrent, and Bharat Ramraj just made this very important point about Gill versus Ruturaj, CSK versus Gujarat. All these little divisions is making the sport really toxic, Devashish said.
Yeah, and that is harming Indian cricket, I would say, Indian sports, I would say. But talking about Jasprit Bumrah, I would like to. There are no such competitors as far as Bumrah. You have a Virat and you have a Rohit Sharma, both of whom are stars. But when it comes to Indian bowling, there are no superstars like Jasprit Bumrah. So that's the reason there are no rival thing about against Bumrah. The moment you see someone raises like a Jasprit Bumrah, or even is a near competitor, you will see invariably you will see posts attacking Bumrah or trolling him or going after him. So I think with Bumrah, what is the good point is that he does not have any competitor as far as there is no one. No one, even someone like a Mohammad Shami who is injured and is just coming back, and obviously he cannot be leveled in the same rank as Jasprit Bumrah. But about this entire thing, I think Bodiada, it will only get worse because the young generation are totally glued into social media. This toxicity is not with people of our generation. I mean, someone who is 50 years or 40, 45 plus is not so much glued to that social media. They don't have time. They don't have time really to go on social media and attack so and so players. It's the young generation that is alarming, and the numbers are growing because young generation are totally glued to the social media. Every time and they are only watching the mobile and the social media, and so they are invariably they make one as their idol on social media. So it's a social media idol for them. And I wonder what kind of fan following do have. Do they really follow that particular cricketer, or they do really go and support them? It's only social media that they and as you rightly said, it's about growing numbers on social media. And you become a Viratian, all of a sudden you will see your numbers grow who are Virat Kohli fans. You become a Rohit Sharma fan, you will automatically garner Rohit Sharma. You may grow your fan base as a Rohit Sharma fans. So I think this is not doing anything good. It's only going to get worse, and because the when more and more there will be more Rohitians and more Viratians, then in the long run you will see more Yashasvi Jaiswal fans going after a Shubman Gill fan, because they are the two next generation cricketers who are going to be the next stars. So I think what is the way out? I don't know, but it is not doing anything good for Indian cricket.
So, Gargi, when you were growing up, yeah, I know you are a Virat Kohli fan, and it's fine. But does that mean that you had to hate Rohit? Does that mean that you had to hate someone else? If Bumrah performs and becomes a bigger star, you have to hate Bumrah? As Devashish is saying, social media, and I get it, it is clearly because of the democratization of the internet. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has cheap internet, which is what, 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 100 rupees. I don't even know. Everybody. I mean, whether you have a something else or not, you will have a smartphone and an internet pack attached to it. So I understand that the democratization and the population of India has made this what it is. But Gargi, you are part of that generation, the young social media generation, if I can call you that. Was it like that when you were growing up, that you have to idolize someone and hate someone? Or why? I mean, how does the hate come? Why is it that it is imperative that a Virat fan has to hate a Rohit Sharma? You can love both. You can say, okay, I like Virat Kohli more, but so and so is my captain. Rohit Sharma is the captain of India. Why is it that you have to hate one first person to really idolize another person? Gargi?
I wish I could explain it. I wish I could put a finger on it and say that, this is the problem. But unfortunately, I think what I think the real problem is, and it's not just with sports, it's not just about cricket or Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant, it's about cyberbullying, and it's the fact that there are no consequences on social media. You can put up a fake account, you can make a burner account, and no one will ever find out who you are unless there's some real hacker going around and finding your IP. Otherwise, you really have no consequence to your actions on social media. If someone comes up and gives you a death threat in your comments or sends you a threatening DM, what can you do? Nothing. What are the consequences for it? Nothing. Unless you go to the police and make 10 different appointments, or really have to work hard to find out who that person is. Nothing will ever happen to you. So I think that's one part, and the other is it also comes down to personal morals. I think I am a part of a generation who's grown up with social media. Fortunately, I was also a part of a generation whose half of our life also went without any phones or computers or the internet. So there's that balance. I think it's lost now. And of course, that there's no consequence for your actions, that all of this is fueled by it. And then, of course, you have the IPL, you have these fan wars, and people indulge. People have fun with drama. People love creating drama, and social media is entertainment, and all of this is entertainment to them. They don't see that, and at the end of the day, there's a person behind the screen, and that it might be affecting their mental health. And an athlete is a human.
Let me ask you a tough question. Do you think players in a surrogate manner fuel these wars? Their agents do, their managers do, they know about it. Do you think these guys, it's not as if they are blind to it or can be. Do you think they have a hand in it, or these so-called huge social media accounts, because these are seriously toxic? Or do you think no, the players don't have a direct role? But I mean, what is the point of these so-called X fan and Y fan? I mean, Rohit Sharma going in a car is news. Virat Kohli going to the mall is news. Going out for a walk with his dog is news. Somebody going to the bathroom is news. How is all this even relevant? I mean, I see these videos every day. They pop up on my timeline, and I think, I mean, how much time do you have to waste on this kind of nonsense? But do you think they are fueled by these so-called management teams of these stars, or these people just don't have any other work, so they get it? Gargi, or I think she's disappeared. Yeah, there she is. Your thoughts? Hanji, Gargi, boliye.
Oh,
Yeah.
my only. Um, I don't know, honestly. I've never come across a manager or someone, or a PR as they call it, and I'm not sure of how they work, but I am pretty sure that it's not about players versus players fighting, or their fandoms fighting. I don't think players fuel this. And I don't think any player would have that kind of intention. If there's an exception, I don't know. But I've not seen this personally, and I've grown up in the cricketing ecosystem. I know that there is a lot of cutthroat competition. There is politics there, but I don't think it is fueled by the players. When you talk about these fan wars, I don't think they're fueled by the players. You're on mute.
Somebody questioned our standard of English. My dear friend, this is not a platform where I have to get the next Rhodes Scholarship out from. None of my reporters are here to go and do an English PhD at the University of Oxford. So they are doing what they are with enormous amount of efficiency, and that's what matters. So you want to find out, you want to sort of listen to better English, there are multiple other platforms where you can go and listen to good English. And by the way, we take a lot of pride in what we write. All of us do. There are multiple checks. If you can go and check our website, and for example, I'm extremely proud of the way I talk and the way I write. So if you find faults in that, go find a better forum. Simple as that. Bharat, your thoughts? I mean, do you think the players in a surrogate manner indulge? Is there PR, and is that a problem? Because BCCI's 10-point agenda, if I look through that 10-point diktat, I do see that team bonding, for example, one point where BCCI came down hard at these individual silos. I do see PR. I mean, it's not as if one doesn't. Devashish made this point about Vidya Balan tweeting about Rohit Sharma. I mean, I don't see Vidya Balan on her own tweeting about Rohit Sharma. I mean, can't be. I mean, if all of a sudden Vidya Balan woke up one day and decided to tweet on Rohit Sharma, good on her. But is that forced? And must be. So there is PR, and I don't have a fault with PR, but it's just that I have a problem with toxicity, Bharat, and that's where this whole thing becomes kind of disgusting for me. A Rishabh Pant is an able player. A Sanju Samson is an able player. Both have a role for India. One in red ball and maybe 50 overs, the other in 20 overs. To kind of show the other person down with one failure or two failures is problematic for Indian cricket. Bharat Ramraj.
No, that could be. Again, go back to that same point in relation to Rohit Sharma to understand the crux of this point. You talked about Vidya Balan. It was not just Vidya Balan. I saw few other Bollywood stars, maybe Farhan Akhtar. There were a few cricketers too. I guess Mohammad Azharuddin was one of them, who all tweeted in a similar way, a similar fashion. There wasn't much difference in relation to the tweets. So somewhere that gives an inkling that there must be some kind of PR management behind it. That's an example. And there have been enough allegations I see on social media. Everyone gets called out, and fans say, "Yeah, you are doing PR, you are doing PR, you are doing PR." And when you see some tweets that are posted by the celebrities, all of those tweets are similar. So when tweets are similar, it kind of encapsulates the point that there must be some kind of PR management behind it. So yeah, indirectly, I guess it is there.
Devashish, Prosenjit Mitra makes a good point that controversy sells, toxicity sells. Clearly, if you post such negative comments and you kind of indulge in these kind of fan wars and polarize, you will be able to sell that. My own story, when I called that guy, I don't want to name him on a platform, and I called and said, "Why were you abusing me? You don't even know me. Do you know what happened between me and Riddhiman Saha?" And he said, "Do you want me to tell you the truth?" And I said, "Yes, yes, tell me the truth. I'll give you the job. Don't worry," because he wanted a job with us. And he said to me that by tweeting against you and abusing you, I was getting 500 likes and 50 retweets. And I was stunned. And he said, you were selling. So that is why I did what I did, and I got followers. So is that the whole story, that controversy sells, negativity sells, lies sell? And if you are able to do that, that's why people do it. You agree with that?
Somewhat I agree, because it means even also means any controversial news that fetches you good numbers means you might have done a good interview, but people might not be interested. But if you do a controversial story, that will be picked by even instantly, that will be picked on the social media, it will go viral. And so that has been the trend. Unfortunately, yes, I would say controversial news or anything that is a negative news, that automatically gets you followers and viewers, and that has been the trend in at least on social media, because people and it applies means we have followed this means over the years. Since if you give a uh, uh, heading that is a controversial heading, that automatically fetches you more viewers. And just for instance, today's incident, I'll just tell you, Chernyshov resigning from the coach's role of Mohammedan Sporting. Eventually, it has garnered great numbers on our Bangla platform. But if a good story, say, there are multiple good stories that have been uploaded on our platform, but unfortunately, those did not get viewers. So, but we at Red Sports have always believed that we should always go and look forward to positive news. But at times, you have to also do news which might sound as negative as was the case with Chernyshov. But then this is what it is, Goriana. Unfortunately, negative news, controversial news has always garnered more attention on social media.
There are some super chats, quite a few. Gargi, can you just take them, because otherwise I tend to miss them and then people start jumping up and about. Who wants to take that? Bharat, take that, or Gargi, you take this, and Bharat can take the next one.
Okay, it's Ayush. Welcome back, Ayush. Boryada, I am a very big fan of Rishabh Pant, but abusing other players is not done. I feel if dropping my favorite player helps team win, then drop him. Indian cricket team is more important. Obviously, I think this should be the mindset of every fan. It's not about individual players. It's about teams. It's about the team. It's about the Indian cricket team. At the end of the day, you saw Rohit Sharma, the captain of the team, being dropped in the last test match of the series of the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So that's what it comes down to. Yes, sports is ruthless. You know what I would like to say is sports is ruthless enough. Fans don't need to add to that. That's what I'm going to say.
Nice,
Because yeah, because you know uh, you never know when you're going to be dropped next, and it might not even be your fault. It might be that you're performing brilliantly, but the combination doesn't work out, so you're sitting out on the bench. Things like these happen all the time. Sports is very harsh and very ruthless, and the last thing you need is fans fighting among themselves and trolling players. That's the last thing you need.
There are some others. Can you take those? Bharat can take the next super chat. Yeah, what is this? Bharat, take this. Arey, why are you reading in silence? Padh ke padho na.
Yeah.
You are also a
Yeah, I'm just reading what exactly is written. That's all.
Arey yaar.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not just social media toxic fan club. So even when it comes to media outlets, one has seen it. I kind of agree with that point. So it's not just toxic fan club culture when it comes to social media. Even when it comes to media outlets, certain media outlets, it feels like I don't want to name that one particular channel. I know who. Which I'm talking about, but in that particular channel itself, one can see that couple of them are kind of are biased towards a certain player, and they always try to downgrade the other player. So I completely agree. It's not just related to fan club culture when it comes to social media, all those different fan wars. Even it extends to various media outlets uh, where you see those so-called whatever supposedly journalists taking side of one particular player. Maybe I'm just trying to guess. Maybe they get some kind of benefit or whatever it is, but it feels that way if you look at it
So,
as
Bharat,
an
have you
outside.
been targeted? You have been targeted multiple times on social media by these trolls. How have you dealt with it?
Yeah, maybe sometimes I've dealt with it in a way where I just try to take it in light-hearted tone, and I just come out with a joke, and that is how I garner some kind of support from others, and that is how I guess I've survived. I've just tried to just try to bring in a bit of light-hearted tone into it, just like maybe few days ago, maybe not just few days ago, last year there was one person from another media outlet, a broadcaster only. He had trolled me big time because I had said Prasid Krishna should be included in the test series, in the test match at Centurion. That was just a suggestion. I'm not there as a chief selector, or I'm not a part of the think tank. So a lot of them told me. I just waited for my chance. I didn't speak anything. When Prasid Krishna took 6 wickets, then I made a joke, bringing up a song from uh, which Kiladi Onka Kiladi. That song I used it. You can see it on Twitter. So I just
So
try
you
to
are
bring in a bit of
so
Twitter.
you are an intellectual troll. You are also a troll. You are an intellectual troll. So
Yeah, but
good.
I don't start it.
He
I
was
will just give
quietly
it.
waiting for the right
So,
moment.
He was waiting for his
so
chance.
Bharat, you remembered that tweet that was tweeted an year back, and you were
Yes.
waiting for your chance. My
I
goodness.
see, my mind remembers a lot of things. So that is a known fact. It remembers a lot of things, even from maybe 2008, 98, or whatever.
Unbelievable. This one was good, Bharat. Your answer is startling. Devashish, take this one.
Just a joke. Virat, PR, Thomas Muller, Vinny Jr., no, Sergio Ramos, Djokovic. What is this? I don't know what does it mean.
It means
Acha.
Virat PR is all these footballers and these people, and Rohit PR is Vidya Balan, Farhan Akhtar, and Vikrant Gupta.
What to say. But unfortunately, I was looking at the comments. There was some comments that there is a
You
section of media,
you have
not
been a
only not
Moon fan multiple times. How have you dealt with trolls? I'll ask Gargi also. She also has to face the fact that she's a woman and a young woman. So I will ask that. I mean, how do you deal with social media problems and trolls, Devashish? How have you dealt with it?
Well, obviously, earlier I used to get depressed, and to tell you frankly, but nowadays I am used to it. Means until and unless there is abusive language is used, I totally take it into stride, because these things will you cannot stop it. Means, and more so if you are a loyal to some ex club, then automatically there will be you will be targeted by fans from the other club. I'm not talking as a fan, but as a journalist, I try to be neutral as possible. But end of the day, if there is a derby, at back of the mind, you might go in and cover the match as a as a journalist, as a neutral journalist. But end of the day, you will feel that excitement if your team goes on to win. Means that is, you can't stop it, and no one cannot stop me from being loyal to an ex club. So, the worst part I would say, Buriada, is that in our fraternity there are certain XYZ who are after this. Means particularly targeting Rohit Sharma. I can name it if you allow me to. I can name that person here on this in our discussion. And I have no qualms in naming that person.
No
He is
need. No
only
need.
after.
No
Huh?
need. No need. I mean, why?
Yeah,
Why?
yes. So he's constantly after Rohit Sharma. Whenever he fails or whenever there is a failure, he is after him. And that same person, when Virat Kohli fails, does not use a single tweet or so. Even in our fraternity, this is unfortunate. Means obviously,
You mean
why
to say this
should
is
we be part?
you're talking about a journalist?
Yes, I'm talking about a journalist. I'm talking about a journalist who invariably, whenever Rohit Sharma fails, he tweets something. That अरे इसको अभी भी captaincy दिया जा रहा है, इसको अभी भी we are carrying him. So and you can see in this timeline, it is flooded with anti Rohit Sharma tweets.
So
But
taking from there, Gargi, so is it that, I mean, we started with fan wars for cricketers, so then we are the ones who are also from, kind of adding to it. Journalists are also playing into these fan wars, and we are responsible as much. The media is equally guilty in kind of pushing these fan wars, because the journalist Devashish mentions, I do have an idea of who he's talking about, though maybe there are others as well, but even these people feed on these so-called toxic, volatile fan groups to add to their own base and their own numbers, and maybe make some money out of social media, which perhaps sustain their private YouTube channels or whatever that is. So even the media is equally guilty, Gargi Raut, and that's part one. And part two, how have you dealt with it? I'm sure as a woman, you faced it as well, more in a different garb. So how have you dealt with it?
I mean, for talking about the first point that you brought up, of course, let's face the reality of it. Numbers are everything. Numbers get you money, numbers get you sponsorships, etc., etc. It's about the commerce, it's about the business, and there are multiple people who will keep aside their ethics, who will look away from their morals and do whatever it takes to earn more money. There are people like that. They will do it. They have no morals, they have no ethics, but at the end of the day, as journalists, you have responsibility to stay neutral. You have responsibility to shield also the athletes from unnecessary hate or whatever is going on. I at least believe that journalists have a responsibility to defend their athletes, because I've been an athlete, and I believe a lot of journalists, a lot of writers, a lot of commentators, whatever, come from sports, come from playing sports. So you know how difficult it is anyway. So you've got to make sure that you're defending those athletes. And the second point of how I deal with it is okay. The second point, how I deal with it is, unfortunately for the trolls, I just don't care. I know we've had this conversation. It used to bother me at the beginning. Like Devashish also said, it definitely bothered me at the beginning. But then after that, after a day or two, I was just like, this makes absolutely no difference in my life. This doesn't add anything to my life. No, neither does it subtract anything from my life. So I just don't care.
I think Gargi is being brave there. I think she has changed, but when she says I don't care, maybe that's not 100% true. People do.
I used to.
People do. Yeah. I mean, and it's only natural, because you're a young person. Every person, young, old, whoever, you have emotions, you have feelings, and if people come and abuse and for wrong reasons, everyone feels bad. It's only natural and human to feel bad. So it's not a problem. And that is why these people are doing it, because they want you to feel bad. They want you to kind of get rubbed the wrong way. The Pant fans want the Samson fans to get rubbed the wrong way and try to denigrate Samson, and the other way around, and Virat and Rohit fans. So I get that. I mean, this question about India Today journalists, look, it is about individual people. I've written whatever I had to write in my book, and I've not kind of held back. And by the way, when I had to write, I wrote it, and thereafter I called Vikrant and told him, read the book, because it's the truth. It's exactly the truth that you guys were doing this, and Nikhil Naz was doing it under your nose, and he was calling Devashish Sen, and all of us know what he was doing. And read the book. I've put it all out there for people. But does that mean that I'll hold it all my life? No. I've put it out there, job done. My job was to put out the truth. I've done it. If someone has the courage to come and apologize and say that, all of us make mistakes, it was a wrong thing at that point in time, again, because I was selling, one had to do it, I am okay with it. I know I was selling. I know if you abused me, you would get a few likes. I know if you would support me, you would get bashed. I know that as well. I know that. I know why my sponsors, a couple of them walked out. I know why I lost money. But at the end of the day, I think it hardens you. I think it makes you who you are. I think it kind of allows you to show resilience. Take a look at people. Tendulkar got trolled. Take a look at everyone who got trolled. It ultimately, if you stand for something, it hardens you. Whether it's Gargi Raut, whether it's Devashish Sen, whether it's Bharat Ramraj, whether it's Virat Kohli, whether it's Rohit Sharma, whether it's Sanju Samson or Rishabh Pant. Ultimately, it is about us staying true to what we do. If Devashish Sen is true to the story tomorrow, that is what defines him. If Gargi Raut is staying true to her anchoring, that is what will define her. Bharat staying true to the piece that he writes and with objectivity, that is what defines Bharat. Ultimately, these trolls don't matter. Let's take some more questions. I mean, I quite like this discussion because this is a much more important discussion than anything else. Karnataka versus Haryana, Bharat, 200 times that question has been asked. Where is the match? Are you going, etc., etc.?
Yeah, it will take place in Chinnaswamy Stadium. So I don't know what exactly is the question. It's just will take place in Chinnaswamy Stadium. So it will take place in Chinnaswamy Stadium. One stand will be open. You expect some 150 to 200 fans. Kaverappa is coming back, and obviously KL Rahul also is going to play in this particular match. And if Karnataka win this, they have a chance of qualifying. So it's a very important match for both Karnataka and Haryana because Haryana are 2 points ahead and Karnataka 19. So that is why they're getting all their main players back, including Vidwat Kavirappa, the seam bowler.
What is this? What changes can we expect in the fourth T20? Maybe Rinku and Dubey in place of Washi and Jurel. Devashish?
Rinku, I don't think is part of this side, right, Bharat?
No, he is. He was injured for the second and third game, no?
Second and so maybe it's time now to get in a Rinku Singh because clearly Dhruv Jurel, if he is picked in the side and he is made to bat at number 8, what's the logic? I buy that logic in sending Dhruv Jurel at number 8 when you play him as a pure batter. What is the logic behind sending Dhruv Jurel at number 8? And clearly with now Rinku Singh and Shivam Dubey coming in, I think Dhruv Jurel has to make way. So I think that could be the only one trend, and perhaps bring in an Arshdeep Singh again because the series is in line. With India needs to win this match to seal the series. I would have loved to see Arshdeep Singh playing that match in the third match at Rajkot, sealing the series, and perhaps then try a semi for the remaining T20 internationals. Rather than obviously Arshdeep was in rhythm. He was picking wickets in every match in the power play, and then all of a sudden he was rested. So it's all about rhythm, and at times it can hamper your rhythm. So let's hope that I see a couple of changes definitely for tomorrow's T20.
I'll just a point about Rinku Singh. See, Rinku Singh, I guess, sustained a back spasm. I understand he's a batter and he was ruled out only for the second and third match. But anything related to back problem, maybe they will be a little bit cautious. So hopefully he will recover for the fourth match. I guess if he's fit, then I expect him to play. But as it's a back problem, even though they are saying it's a back spasm and will recover in a few days, they might be a little bit cautious.
Gary, someone is saying, what is this? Mama, the person trolling you must be trolled. Ayush Jindal. Ayush, you do that, no? You do that for us. You take responsibility. You take responsibility and stand up for Devashish. It's finished. But there's somebody else who's saying, Gargi, that people do it for social media monetization has added to this. You agree to that?
100%. I think the biggest example is the one that you gave about the person who you asked about why you were trolling, and then he came and asked for a job. That's the perfect example of it. What more can it be? It's all about the likes and the shares and the reach. So that's just reality. You can't do anything about it. And honestly, there is a part of you that also understands, because it's not easy making money, and that's just life, I would say.
Samip Kumar asks me why I am shameless. Okay. If you are innocent, then why did you serve the punishment and not prove your innocence with BCCI? This shows you are guilty. Don't lie, Boria. Have some shame what you did to Ridhiman Sahab. Your call. There are idiots in this world. There are, multiple people who make the world. Let's, fine. How does it even matter? You classify yourself as a troll. Good for you. What I needed to do, I've done. Don't come and tell me what I need to do. I've done what I needed to do. My best weapon is my pen. I can't go and fight a BCCI. I'm not half as powerful. I have what I needed to do with my pen. I've put out a 250-page book, which will last after 100 years when I die. It will be out there as a document of what it stood for. It's not an article. It's not a show. It's a book that will outlive me as my legacy. So if that tells you that, if I was lying after the ban was over, I did not need to write the book. The ban was done. Everything was done. I was actually taking a risk with my company by writing the book. You think I'm a fool? I'm a successful entrepreneur today. My company is valued at millions of rupees. There are 50 people working. I took a risk by writing that book. So whatever I am, don't consider me a fool. So if I did not have to put out the truth, I wouldn't do it. But it is on you to agree or not. There is that saying. There is that saying that great men think alike, fools seldom differ. Who cares? Toxic journalist doing toxic kind of journalism. Possible. Who knows? Many more these kind of questions. Is it true? What is the question? Buryada KL Rahul open. Bharat, you want to take that? Will he open or middle order?
It is most likely that he will open only. You don't expect Anish to play. So if Anish is not going to play, then you expect him to take that particular position. So most likely open the batting. But yeah, finally it's up to Yaregout. But with Anish, with him expected to take Anish's place, logic says he will open.
Last round of questioning, and I will start with Devashish Sen. Devashish, are you going for the Ranji Trophy match starting tomorrow?
Boria, there are a lot of things happening in football. Means obviously the derby between Mohammedan and Mohun Bagan is on the 1st of February, so both the teams will be training. Then this follow up with regard to the Mohammedan.
Someone will go, right? Someone will go.
Yes, Shumikda will go. Shumikda and Shubhain will go on from day 2. Shubhain I think he has some bank work tomorrow, so he will be going from day after. I might as well turn up because I might as well turn after my football assignments. Definitely drop in at Dayton Gardens.
I asked Devashish this question because I was expecting this answer. Why did I ask? Devashish could have said, yes, I will go to the cricket because that sells more. What did he say? He said, I'll go for my football assignments. Respect. This is what RevSport stands for. Gargi will go for the Delhi match. Bharat will go for the Bangalore match. Shubhayan and Shomik will go for the Bengal match. Devashish will go for his football assignments. And all of us will keep doing stuff for sport. Atrev will do his chess. Gukesh at 6.5. All of us will do multi-sport. It is not about social media numbers. It is not about social media monies. Ultimately, these social media numbers stand for nothing. I'll tell you why. Tomorrow, Elon Musk decides to shut you down on Twitter. None of you can do a thing because he owns it. Somebody decides to shut you down. Mark Zuckerberg decides to shut you down on Facebook. You can't do a thing. He owns it. All these platforms are at best amplification platforms. You have absolutely no ownership of them. All you own is what you put on your byline, your website and your app. That's what you own. So it is not about social media numbers. If your life depends on social media numbers, trust me, it is so flippant and it is so superficial. When you stand in front of the mirror at the end of the day, ask yourself, have I done justice to the talent that I have? Or have I in some nonsense? And that is the end of story for me today. So all this Twitter and YouTube and whatever, Instagram, ultimately these are platforms for amplification. They cannot define you. If it starts to define a journalist, Gargi, Rohit, Shubhayan, Devashish, Bharat, Trisha, Rohan, me, anyone, you have lost the plot. You have lost the plot. Tomorrow, if you don't do a Paralympics and you just do cricket, you are not a sports journalist, you're a cricket journalist. You have to follow multi-sport to stand up to be a sports journalist. Simple. Will a para world championship or an Indian Open fetch the same amount of eyeballs as an IPL? The answer is a blanket no. Will a Mohammedan sporting coach resignation fetch the same numbers as Virat Kohli playing Ranji Trophy? The answer is a blanket no. But does that tell you that we will only cover Pakistan missing Champions Trophy deadlines and not cover a Mohammedan Sporting or a Mohun Bagan or an East Bengal? Then do not claim to be India's best multi-sport platform, which is what we are. And we are proud of what we are. We do not indulge in toxicity. We will call out toxicity as and when we see. And that is because here, I can give my example to all my friends and colleagues that even after the incessant trolling, I'm standing where I am and I've gained an experience, resilience, and courage. Simple. So Rev Sports will build on my friends, whether it's Devashish, whether it's Bharat, whether it's Gargi. They are good journalists. They will stand by what they believe in. Two hoots with trolls. And if something happens, it is my job to stand up and protect them. And trust me, we are well and truly capable of doing that. As far as Viratians and Rohitians and Sanju Samson and Rishabh Pant, people who are doing this are not sports fans. If you are a sports fan, what you can't do is abuse. You can criticize, no problem, but you can't abuse. The moment you degenerate into abuse, you can trust yourself. You are a troll. And it's a very, very big difference between a troll and a sports fan. Indian cricket can do without you. Indian cricket can't do without fans. So understand the difference. I know this is all log talk. Nobody will listen. But even if one person understands and is a convert, this show is a success. Tomorrow morning, I want to see, once again, join us at about 9 a.m. I think Gargi is doing that show out of the Kotla, Arun Jaitley Stadium. We will bring you all the visuals as to what's happening with Virat Kohli and that match. So plenty to offer from our stable. And within a couple of days, I will reveal the final lineup of the Rev Sports Trailblazers, Tata Steel Trailblazers conclave. It is unprecedented. We will also open it to fans for free. We will invite our viewers and listeners to come and join us at the conclave, limited number, but we'll do that. For the moment, Gargi, Devashish, Bharat, to everyone watching, thank you very much for your time, for joining us, for your questions, for criticism, for trolling, for everything. But engage, because ultimately if you engage, it means there is something there between us. There's some bond. It is much better than not engaging. Thanks for watching.